Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel. We are in the shipping yard. What is this place, Craig?
It's a fuel yard.
It's a fuel yard. It's a fuel yard at a driving event at a racetrack, and we decided to pull the Pilot off and found some dirt. It's the only dirt we could find because this is the Trailsport Pilot. So you've got a lot of trims. You've got the Elite trim as well, which is above this, but this is the off-road fun one with the cool paint colors. The only option on this rig is the paint. That's a $495 option. Starts out at $48,350. After destination and paint, it's just over 50 grand for this one as it sits. What do you get under the hood of this thing? Long gone is a Vtec. Moment of silence is done. Now you get a 3.5 liter V6 with 285 horsepower, and more on this in a minute, but its competition has had to go small displacement and turbo to meet emissions requirements, not MPG, but emissions requirements. Honda's pulled it off and kept the big displacement V6. We're really happy about that. But before we get into under the hood stuff, let's walk around this thing and check it out. You get the blacked out trim with the Trailsport. You get the orange badging. This is a new brand from Honda. It's about a year or two old now. You're gonna see this trim on a lot of vehicles. The Ridgeline's gonna get it at some point too, and we hope it's gonna be cool. Again, giant Honda logo.
Wait, is it? You sure this is a Honda?
Yeah, in case you're wondering.
There's my hand.
Yeah. Here's a hat for reference. Yeah, but that's also your radar cruise control sensor, and we've pointed this out a lot lately. There's not some goofy box down here, as it does integrate well. Forward camera system, there's a good camera system on this. That is a sprayer right there, my friend. Keeps it clean when you get it nice and muddy on the trail. Let's bring it around. Again, the paint, love it. Fits this thing really well. Wheels. These guys would look good on about anything. It's like a track design with a really beefy looking spoke. Trailsport is embedded into the wheel.
Cool.
They're wrapped in Continental all-terrains, and you can tell they've got beefy siping right here and good tread blocks. I like that a lot.
Nice to see an 18 instead of a 20.
Thank you. And there's an actual sidewall in here. So while these soft rotors get made fun of for just being a trim package, these will actually do some work off-road. So we're happy about that. The wheel is strong, the tire is capable. Good to go. Cladding. It's coming back. I'm glad it is. We're starting to see more and more of this, and that means you can brush up against random trail crap, and it's not going to scratch your paint off. The cladding will protect it a little bit.
Has some skid plates?
Yes, it has some skid plates. We'll cover that in a second. You know what that means?
Oh, yes. Instagram Overland.
This is good because you can go Instagram camping, as Craig said. That's a plus. You've got black door handles to match the trim around the rig, and you do have some skid plates. I'm not going to go to Rubicon with this, but Sedona apparently has no problem with this. According to the press launch, it did great. Wheels in the air, scraping the nose. It's actually really pretty good. We got to check this, Craig.
Whoa!
It's a pass. Okay, Honda, good job. It's the first one of today. We filmed a lot of cars today. First one to pass, it wins. Let's take that around. You get a little aero treatments here. I love how it's an off-road rig and there's still an aero treatment here. Aero is such a big deal now. I'm glad brands are paying attention to that. Okay, out back, you've got a nice belt line. It says Pilot with dimensional flat black lettering over gloss black. Now, I'll be honest, this gloss black is gonna swirl like crazy. When someone gets a bad microfiber towel that's dirty and tries to clean it, it's gonna be disgusting. But the world we live in now, unfortunately. Bring it on down. Look at this hitch. Look how beefy that is. That to me is gonna tow, but it's also gonna be a good recovery point for whatever you're doing, which is nice. The exhaust tips are hidden, so no goofy fake tips down here. I like that. I'm actually really pleased with that. Get rid of your fake exhaust tips. The world doesn't need that. Just hide them if you're gonna do it. But they're tucked up nice out of the way, so your departure angle isn't hindered by them. If you were to go down a rock ledge, this thing sticks out just enough to protect these. Think about fins and things in Moab. If you drag off that rock ledge, this is going to keep the bumper safe.
This is a decent departure angle for a 3-row SUV.
Absolutely. No, and this is not some body-on-frame thing. Let's get under the hood and check that out. You guys ready?
Ready.
Oh, check it out. Like we said, Vtec's gone.
It's a Honda.
It's a Honda. That's a good news.
Look at this. Heck of a cover.
I know. Well, it's an air box. Here's your air inlet here. It comes in here. Your filter is a box filter underneath this thing. We would open it if we had a drill set to show you, but we don't. That's up high, and the good news is, Craig, you don't need a snorkel for this. That's your air intake right there. Think of it as a no wind noise alternative right there. You've also got an alternative intake here that pushes air onto the motor itself and actually fins back into here. I'm not quite sure what that is. If you are a tech with Honda, let us know what that opening is. I'm curious. But like we said, no turbos here, no hybrid nonsense, just a good old-fashioned V6 that gets it done. Let's check out the interior.
All right, Brian, on to the interior of the new Pilot. Let's see what we got. Of course, we get auto opening,
that helps on the trail.
Closing. You got a button. It helps on the trail. Yeah, it's all about Trailsport. So I want to point out in here we got, look, 3-row, and we still got room.
Yeah.
If you've had a Pilot before, It's pretty similar. Also under here, you get a nice little cubby bin. You can put things, or you can actually move this and drop it down so you can do other stuff. So third row seats. Brian, we talk about this a lot with a lot of 33 row vehicles. This is how easy you lower it. You just pull this little strap and it's spring tension, and that's it. You know, see if you can try it. Okay, Brian's left-handed.
I'm holding the camera. Come on.
But and then to pull it up, you literally pull the same strap and let go.
Well, that's complicated.
That's that works pretty good. So
glad that's not electric.
Let's move on to business class. Moving on to business class, Brian. This is a good spot to be.
Wait. Holy heck!
Okay. I'm glad you pointed that out. So while you're over there, I want to stay over there.
Oh, okay.
You've got 3 levels. You got a bottom level.
Oh, 1, 2.
Yes, bottom level for, graham crackers. Second level for juice boxes. Top level for knives, phones, whatever. Honda knows how to do packaging, and they've been doing it forever, and they're still doing it. This is a cool spot for, give me your phone. This is a good spot for business class and the kiddos. You sit back here, you get all those stores you talked about.
What do you need a phone for?
Well, listen, you're gonna see in a minute. You got peasant blockers. I just want to point it out. Okay, you got peasant blockers.
User error.
User error. This has got captain's chairs instead of the third row. But that means you get the little armrest there. That's pretty cool. You also get map pockets on both sides, because this is a trail sport. You might need a lot of maps. This is why I have the phone, Brian. Do you see that right there?
What is that?
Put your phone right there.
What you look
at? Honda knows how to do packaging. Now, Brian, here's the best thing. Look at this. Now, I want you to try.
That's a pano.
Look. Yeah, before you get in here, boys and girls, look at. That's a pano. Comes all the way back. Usually, Brian doesn't fit in these. I have a feeling he might be okay.
Hey!
Look at that.
Look at that. I feel like a normal human being.
I mean, this is what this car is good at, and it's doing it. You also get tri-zone climate control so that kids can do what they want back here. And look, the kiddos, they're mad because they're stuck with your old phone.
Right.
Because you get them a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Which the old charger was a USB-A. So back here you get USB-A, and then you can also, whatever this is. Oh, there we go.
Straight wall plug.
Straight wall plug, put your brick in.
This is just a kick plate.
Just a kick plate pass-through.
That's a good move. I like that.
And then last but not least, I had something else. Oh! Look at this. Plenty of room for the third row, middle row. You can get really comfortable, and you can even recline it. Look, you can... Second row is not a bad spot to be.
And out back, you have another USB-C.
And vents.
And 2 cup holders on each side.
Okay, to the front. All right, Brian, moving on to the front. Before I get in, though, I want to point out 3 levels again, even for the front occupants. That's so cool. There's so many places to put things. You can put your San Pellegrino and the cup holder up here because your wife needs 2 coffee cups on the way to church. Ask me how I know. I want to show the people. The people need to know this. So Honda has gotten to the corporate theme of instrument clusters, and they've done the same thing here. You get an actual analog gauge here. That's an actual physical dial, and everything over here is digital. You can change it through a bunch of menu modes and things like that sort of thing. If you've been in a Honda Accord since a few years ago,
or Integra,
now, or a Civic, they're all the same. You're going to be very familiar and right at home. Interesting thing you see over here on this little light stock, or turn signal. In the old models, there was a button on the end. And if you know what I'm talking about, it had a little camera. There was a camera on the mirror. When you hit the turn signal, you would get a camera here. That's gone. Long gone. I guess it went away with the Vtec. So
that's a bummer. That's a big plus.
Big plus. Okay, but up here you get plenty of room, plenty of cubbies. You get the 10-speed automatic that's made into that new 3.5. Yes, it's the same displacement, but it's an all-new motor from Honda. You get the Qi charging wireless. You get another cubby bin. Interesting up here, you get USB-A, USB-C, because look, you probably got the newer phone with the newer cable, let's be honest. And then you still got your cigarette lighter because people still need to smoke. There's your rear locker, Brian. You see that?
That's not a rear locker.
Oh, no, but what that really is, in all seriousness,
I wish it were.
The kids, what they do is they crank the fan on high. You can't hear anything. You're trying to have a conversation. Rear lock him out. I'm turning you down. End of story. Bob's your uncle. I'm in charge. So with that, let's get on the road and see what this all-new V6 does.
So we get 0-60 in
8 flat. Okay.
8.00.
Okay.
Craig, do you know what's faster than that? Wrong. A Toyota Prius. Yes. Okay, look. Some takeaways. Vtec was not there.
No, it's not.
For the audience, Craig's wife owns a Vtec Pilot.
Yes.
And it goes, and then it shifts.
Yes.
And it's super exciting.
That's
and it's
awesome.
It's not faster than this, I bet you, but it sure feels like it.
It does.
And part of that's because this is more refined and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
10 speed. You own the 6-speed.
Yep.
What say you?
10 speed is way better.
Okay.
Look, the 6-speed's got some issues. Just check the forums.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I'm not here to bash on it because mine actually is still running fine. It's got a lot of miles.
But some are better than others.
But I have to do some work on. It has to be serviced. I'm just saying.
You do transmission flushes like people change oil.
Basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all out of the way, ride and drive. It rides great. The tires are fine for highway use. They feel like not too harsh, and because they have so much sidewall, they absorb a lot.
Yeah. Look, there's a reason why Honda sells a ton of these pilots, and there's a reason why they keep updating and keep refreshing it, because it's a hit for them.
And by the way, it's freaking enormous in here.
It's unbelievable.
It's wide. There's pockets everywhere. Like Honda's packaging. How do they do it?
You can almost. Usually, when someone doesn't get a minivan, you're like, "Why didn't you just get the minivan?"
Right.
You can almost not fault someone for skipping the minivan and getting this.
Right.
Like, it works.
All you're missing is a sliding
Holds all the
door.
people.
Exactly. I love that. Also, road noise. This is a rural Texas highway. It's not noisy, but it could be quieter.
It's kind of loud.
Kind of loud.
Yeah.
I mean, some of this competition is a little bit quieter than this.
It is.
But it's not as bad as some other, like, cheaper front-wheel drive cars are on this road.
Absolutely. Look, most people are going to buy this and not going to have a problem with it. That's
yeah.
fair. But it's not the quietest.
Now, if you live in a rural area, just consider that. That's all.
Yeah.
You're driving these roads every day.
Yeah.
But if you're anything urban, you're not going to think about it. It's not going to cost you money.
No, right.
So maybe they don't have these roads in Alabama where they built this car.
That's a good point.
Maybe better roads. Never know.
Yeah.
Okay, with that said, we're going to get this on loan soon enough. It'll go to our full review package that we do, which is the hill test, full on 0-60 runs. We pulled an 8-second
Probably
here.
do a technical deep dive.
Technical deep dive on the new motor and the all drive setup. There's a lot of cool things going on there that we're going to use on the hill test.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to make it up the hard line?
I think it will. I think it's got the approach.
You think it will?
And it's got the tire.
It's always approach and tire.
Yeah.
That's the best. If it can get its nose up, I think we can bump it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe some tricks up our sleeve on that one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.